Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill Dewit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill Dewit.
Hi.
Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about Jill's motivating race to the finish, story time with Jack and Jill. So just my story last time, we're going to hear Jill's this time. Great show today, Jill. I can't wait to personally hear this story too, because there's always new things I learn.
Thanks.
Before that, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Cool. And this one actually came again from, I'm catching up on some of our Facebook folks that had some comments that they wrote me, because I reached out and said, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you want to hear? What's on your mind? And this is another one of those. So I read that stuff. So Jim K, we had another one, and this is, he wants to know about flipping vacation land and property, and had said, can you guys just cover that a little bit? So Jim, here we are. Jack?
Yeah, I mean, I answered the question last time just like this. This product, Data to Doorstep, that we have, recently there's been some confusion. We are Land Academy, and we are Jack and Jill. We own Land Academy. We provide a learning environment at successplant.com and through Cash Flow from Land. It's a lot of actually proper nouns to throw at you at once, but through these learning environments and educational programs, we show you and tell you what's possible, and by leading by example. So we show you that of what's happened to us, and we educate you on exactly how to do that. But the whole point of it, completely the whole point is data to doorstep. That's at the nucleus of all that. That is the professional grade tools on a subscription basis. The data, the printing, the access to the stuff that the pros have, all the access to the products that we have that help us, allow us to flip property of all types all the time. Mm-hmm. Jill and I wholesale houses. We've done it with mobiles. I've actually done it with cars. And we all use the same product, data to doorstep. It's all about getting data, access to the right database, not buying a list on the internet. Mm-hmm. Access to data and getting the offer to the owner's doorstep. Data to the number 2 doorstep. So to answer the long-winded
yeah, wow, hello.
Jim, use data to doorstep to find vacation land too. You can use data to doorstep to buy skyscrapers. Many of our members do. We have professional, high-paid acquisition people reaching out to us to.
I was going to say, with the flipping vacation land and properties like that, it's really not a different way at all, the techniques. So like Jack was saying, finding them, buying them, all the same strategy. And then when you're actually flipping them, if you will, you are posting them in all the same places for sale, because the same places that people are looking in the same places like Land Watch and Land and Farm and, websites, and searching all the same, real estate sites for whether it's vacation land or a gas station lot. It's all really the same type of things. And I think what people don't know, that we even put vacant land, and you can find vacant land and vacation land on even things like Trulia and Zillow and all that stuff. So the places that you're looking for a home, if you put in the right search criteria, you're going to stumble across a piece of property. And because some people want that. Some people want a home ready to go. Some people want an existing home because they want to, renovate it and make it theirs. And some people want just a piece of property that they're going to start and build it from the ground up. So I hope that helps answer the question, Jim, that it's all the same. All of our stuff that we do, and where you're going to find it, how you're going to find it, how you're going to buy it, and where you're going to sell it is the same.
Well said, Jill.
Thank you.
Here's a visual that's really going to help, very, very briefly. Imagine a sea of houses, of rooftops, and like in a master plan community. They're all the same, or they're like 4 different floor plans, but they're all the same and they look the same. You see a lot of them out west. Imagine that you send a letter to every single one of those people. Not 100, not 200, not 10,000, 100,000 people. As many as you can imagine that own those houses. And you say the exact same thing. I'm Jim. I want to buy your house for whatever, some number, and I would like to close on it in 3 days. And now imagine it's apartment buildings or vacation property like you asked about, or skyscrapers and everything in between. Mm-hmm. A certain number are going to sign it and send it back and close the deal with you. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. And that's it. It's as simple as that. If you have a question, you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Today's topic, Jill's motivating race to the finish. Story time with Jack and Jill. Jill, tell us your whole story. Don't leave any detail out.
Well, I want to start with saying how funny it was story time came about, because it was one of our, every week we have a weekly member call with all of our people, and it's a live call where they type in things. Sometimes and Jack and I are there talking and answering questions, and we all just have so much fun. It's the funny things that people say. And the other day, Jack had I don't know if it was someone asked a good question about, it really was a story about something about your past, Jack. So you shared a really good thing. It was someone I think had said, where did you meet X? This person. How did you meet this person?
One of our competitors.
So I don't even think of him as a competitor now. It's kind of interesting. No, but we do so much different things, and I'm really proud of his success. We both are, I know. So so they said, how did you guys meet? How did he meet you, more importantly? So you went into the story, and it was so good. It was funny because one of the people typed in, well, it's story time with Jack and Jill. And I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. So we all went off on that.
Right.
So now it's developed into, hey, let's have our own little story time here for everyone who's, even though you're not a member, you know what I mean? You listen to our show, you get to hear our little stories. So my story is no. I don't know how different my story is from yours, Jack, because
it's not that different.
I didn't start out. What's funny though, I did start out in real estate years and years and years ago, and I loved it. I just didn't know where to take it from there. So back when I was 20, I was 20, I wasn't even 21. I started working for a couple of real estate developers in Orange County. And I loved it. I really kind of started out just like I was an administrative assistant, if you will, to the owners. And we all hit it off, and it was great because there were 3 owners, two different companies, and 2 of them split off, and they were kind of fought over me. Oh. So it was really great.
That's a good spot.
It was really nice, yeah. Dave and Todd and Maury were their names. So anyway, I wonder where they are now, as a matter of fact. So I quickly, and then what they did is they would buy vacant land, build either an office building or a strip center. Those were kind of their things. Lease them out, hold them, move on to another one, and do another one, and another one. So, and just like you and I know, when you're doing a flip, you find the right contractor and you keep them forever. So they found the right contractor and they kept them in-house. We had a big office there in Santa Ana. So anyway, I went off with 2 of the owners, and they were doing the strip center thing. And boy, did I learn a lot. I mean, there were times that I get called from people that I'm really actually whipping out blueprints and looking at things. I learned to read blueprints. I learned about zoning. I learned about construction loans and dealing with the bank and all that.
That's why
I know all of that.
Sometimes we deal with stuff, Joe, and you just innately know about it. And I'm like, how did that happen?
How does she know that?
I'm learning stuff too. Go ahead.
I dealt with all the tenants. I worked with all the billing and all of that. And, I really worked my way up where I was it was the owners and then me, and then the other people that do other little tasks, around the office and different things. So what was interesting was I realized, I was in my 20s too. I probably wasn't, I was wanting to have fun. So I looked around, I thought, all right, where am I going to go from here? The only place to go up is save up some money, become a partner, or go do this on my own. And in my 20s, I didn't have the support around me too that I really thought this was possible. So I came from my dad worked kind of corporate job. He was a pilot for American Airlines at the time. So, and I looked at his life and I'm like, he's traveling around having a lot of fun. I'm like, I want to do that. So what do? I go work for American Airlines on my own. I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to travel around, have some fun doing this too. Well, next thing I know,
At least you didn't go be, a real estate agent because you didn't know what else to do.
Right.
Like without intent.
right? I was on a plan. I'm like, I'm going to travel the world.
Real estate agents who go do that and with intent, they do fantastic. But a lot of people just say, maybe I should go be a real estate agent. Anyway,
Got it. No, I didn't just pick something.
Go ahead.
I didn't throw anything out there and just like a dartboard and say, so I was on a mission. So there I am working my corporate job. And the next thing you know, I was consumed by it. We were joking about that. Consumed by the rat race. Yeah, that happens. All those things, the golden handcuffs and that happens, and I
Start spending as much as you're making.
oh yeah, and the next thing you know, you're getting the house and the cars and the mortgage, and I'm like, I thought
Just
that's the
got
way it was
shivers.
supposed to go. I thought you had to do that. I didn't know you could break away and do something else, and I just knew there was more. I'm like, because when you're in that kind of a job, you know what the max pay is, you know what your level is, this is it, kind of thing. And I'm like, I was just I couldn't do it. So after 17 years with American, I broke away. And it was so funny. It was almost like I got out of a cult. I remember all my friends seriously like, oh, what is she doing? Oh my gosh, she's not going to make it. She's going to survive out there, Yet some people were doing that. But then my other friends were like, yay, good for you. We're so proud of you. Go, go, go. But they were too afraid to make that step themselves.
Yeah, there's always
It was
people on both sides of that
weird.
fence.
They're like so proud of me, but I can never do that. Like, oh gosh, I wish I could, but oh no, not me. I'm like, what the heck, you guys? You could do this too.
You're fearless, Jill.
Thank
I have
you.
to say that.
So, gosh, making the leap to, and there were a few things that I did in between before I landed here with you and doing this, but gosh, I feel like I've come home, and I feel like this company/companies and what we are doing now and being my own boss and one of the things that along the way is I did some other jobs where I really got to realize my true value, and I took a step back on what the heck am I doing?
Yeah, I never thought
Why
about
am I
that.
making? You did this with me one time. You and we
know what you
sat
mean.
down and did the math about how much money I'm bringing in for X company, and I went, what the heck? If I'm bringing up this much money for this company, I'm going to bring this money in for myself. I'm done.
You could work an hour a week, with us.
And right?
Because you're not, it's not a salary thing, and we own the whole thing. There's no financing. Yeah. So that was an easy decision to make.
It's, and
It was easy for me.
if you've never done this, especially if you're in a sales role, which I was for a lot of my years, most of what I've done is sales. If you're in any kind of a sales position, it's kind of scary, but sit down and do the math. See how much money you're bringing in for your establishment, back out your salary, and it's staggering when you really take a look and go, holy cow. All right, what could I be doing and keeping even half of this money? If I kept half of this money for myself, what if I did it all wrong and I only make half of this, maybe a fourth of this? I did that. I'd make an eighth of it and be thrilled. We're talking this one company, and we sat, and it was like, a lot of money. So anyway, that's I guess my story is I'm hoping to motivate other people and say you can do it.
Were you pushed over the edge, or did you gradually? Mentally. I know
That's a
I was
good
there. I know
question.
exactly what happened. But did something make you snap?
I snapped.
Really?
Yeah, I snapped. I was so frustrated because I knew inside I was capable of so much more, but I felt trapped there, and I said, that's it. I'm done. And whatever it is, I'm going to find a way. I don't care. I will figure something out. It might be having a sunglass kiosk in the mall if I have to, save up, I don't know, $10,000, $20,000, whatever it takes to get a stupid kiosk and put inventory in there and go from there. I don't know. I just knew there was something more. I don't know where I came from. Anyway. So I never looked back. And then I met up with you, and we realized together, oh my gosh, you and I are yin and yang. Your acquisition talent with my customer service and my sales talent.
And just people.
and the people, thank you, and your technical skills with my people skills. That's, I think, what's so great. You and I just are, I don't know if I don't really want to call it lucky, because I don't think it's lucky. I think it's meant to be.
I think it was meant to be too. I was just going to say that.
I'm like
Same thing.
Tearing up right now going, wow, but it's true when you sit back and think about it.
Our sales doubled when you started doing this.
You and I put together are unstoppable, period.
Yeah.
And I feel so fortunate, if we don't kill each other, because sometimes we battle about things because we have different ways of doing things, but still that's good too. But, and I'm going to be honest, we do get into it. Boy, do we get into it. Our staff's like, what the heck? But we always come out, 'cause you and I get into it because we see things differently, but you and I never give up on each other, and we know it's not going to sink the ship, because man, it's because we both have the same end goals, and we know that we're going to get there, and we figure it out. And we're both so passionate about what we do and helping people and making this a better place. And
right, so you got pushed over the edge.
I did.
And then
I'm on a roll now. Sorry.
What's interesting to me, Jill, is that you don't seem to have the learning curve, the long learning curve that a lot of people have.
I think because I understand it.
Well, it's not even just about real estate, but let's say some computer stuff. You just seem to pick it up and make common sense out of it. I just don't think you're afraid of anything. And I think you sit there and figure it out by yourself.
Maybe that's it. I'm not afraid of it.
Or use the resources on the internet to figure it out. But I see a lot of people, not our members, but I see a lot of our vendors and just a lot of people in general get very, very frustrated with the smallest thing along their path of whatever, and then that's it. Well, yeah, I'll just go back to the job then.
Yeah. You and I talked about this the other day, and that's a good point, because we're about to really start working with some really big organizations that they're, anyway, big companies and things. And you asked
There's
me.
There's some huge companies that have to buy land, and they're reaching out to us a lot, probably because of the show. They're finding
like Michigan Avenue stuff.
Yeah, they're finding us, not just land people either, but just real estate people, companies who buy property for a living, all property types.
Yeah.
And Jill and I are looking at each other going,
yeah.
Well, why wouldn't we do that? I mean, I know how to do it already.
Absolutely.
I used to do it for healthcare facilities. I mean,
It was good.
What they want to pay us is silly.
I love you looked at me and said in the car that day, said, hey, are you comfortable getting in front of this board and doing all that? I'm like, heck yeah, bring it. I'm not afraid.
The hardest part of it, everybody's got some type of hang up. My hang up has always been financing. I don't like any part of it. You got to sign your name to a lot of stuff. I don't. And it's all people driven, and it's all judgment driven and whatever. I mean, probably this is really about Jill. But what we said in the car was, and she loves that stuff. She gets whatever she wants, whatever interest rate she wants. And she'll just sit there and make you think that she gets what she wants. And I just get mad.
Do you know why?
But I can and will. And we're going to film the whole thing. I can and will find the best value in any market for real estate. I'm just hardwired that way. What stopped me in the past for doing huge commercial deals, and I've done several, was financing. And just not I can't get it, just all the crap that I have to go through.
Do you know why? Shoot, I lost that.
You know why you lost it? Because I'm gabbing on your show.
I know, it's my thing. You brought up a good point. I wanted to share it, and shucks, I had a really good thing to say, and now I totally lost my train of thought. I'm trying to... Financing?
Deal with financing?
Deal with financing.
I know that I can, in any market, find the super cheapest best. I'm trying to go back through it.
No. Well, it's lost. It's okay. So anyway, I hope that motivates people and shares a little more about my story, that I really am not afraid with it. I will jump in and figure it out. So
if you have a question or you want to be on the show or you trip up your co-host.
Yeah.
So she can't remember what she says because you're talking too much.
I had a really good wrap up. I'll bring it up on another show.
725-8816. In fact, I'm going to do the inspiration today because I bet if I sit here and talk for 3 more minutes, Jill's going to remember what she said.
That's good.
Here's my inspiration. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, take a real good look at it from a 35,000 foot perspective. Whether you're in a job, let's say you're a house flipper and you're doing well, but you want to double the number of deals that you're doing. Take a 35, get out of the minutia, and get up there, 35,000 feet. Take a look, a good look down at what's happening, and I bet it's way more simple than you think to really seriously improve it pretty quickly. We all have this talent inside of us, I think. We all have not this specific talent, but we have a talent inside of us. You just got to unlock it. Sometimes people unlock it for you. Maybe it's your spouse or your parents or somebody you just meet in a coffee shop one day on accident. Sometimes it's a movie. I get really inspired by certain plot lines and movie lines. So, gosh, Jill, it's not coming back.
No, it's okay. It's good. So did we wrap that up okay, my thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope everybody got enough out of that.
I think you snapped with the whole corporate thing. And I think math really pushed you over too. I think that you got, and we're getting pushed over again. And I mean, not pushed over. That's not what I mean. We are getting offers from huge companies to go help them, not to work there, but as a vendor to locate property for them super inexpensively. I get those offers. I've been getting them my whole career and turning them down because I don't want to deal with the debt equity piece.
Some of the things I was going to say though is like just not being afraid and going out there. And I think you don't know what you know. I mean, or I don't know how to say it. I don't have that fear inside of me, and I don't think I ever have. Actually, if you would ask my parents, they probably would have said the same thing. Yeah, she doesn't know fear. Look out. Here I come. So I don't know if it's nature or nurture. So yes.
All the kids have that. Some version of that, all of them do. They're not really timid at all. Thanks. Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to buy and get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
Get there first. Oh, Jill.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, it is killing me right now because it was like, oh, this is such a good thing to share. I had a really big finale wrap up and I lost it.
I can almost guarantee if you tune into the next show, which is named, by the way, What Jack Learned with an Arrogant Know-It-All Teenager Helping Him Move. Tomorrow, that's tomorrow's show. Mm-hmm. We will start the show off with
we'll
what
see if we can
Jill
figure
remembered.
it out. It's all good.
This is a good way to actually end a show.
Mm-hmm. It's perfect.
I love your story, Jill. I think it's I love your story. I think it's a very, you know what I love about it? It's got a realistic happy ending, not some silly thing. You took those steps through you tried a lot of things. Maybe you got snagged a little bit, just like we all do. And instead of succumbing to it, did something about it, and it's got a reasonable, positive ending.
Thanks.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property. If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.